Hi, episode number 125, I believe, which is hard to believe. And we are a quarter of the way through another big milestone here on the Tommy Maroon Sports Show. So hard to believe. What's not hard to believe is that we have a lot of sports to talk about. As always, first things first, those Cleveland Cavaliers with the team leaders in categories. Points per game, Darius Garland, 18.7. Jarrett Down leads us in rebounds per game with 11.2. Darius Garland leads us with 7.1 assists per game. Evan Mobley has 1.8 blocks per game. Ricky Rubio has 1.3 steals per game. And our good pal, Jetty Osman, with a 43% three-point field goal percentage. Cavs against the Suns. The Cavs lost to the Suns, who last night won their 17th consecutive game against the Warriors now. Those Phoenix Suns have been on a tear, and that didn't stop against the Cavs despite a good effort. 120 to 115. Jarrett, I like Jarrett Allen, 25 points, 11 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Jetty buried 5 threes and had 23 points. Devin Booker had 35 points. Chris Paul, 17 points, 12 assists. DeAndre Ayton, 16 points, 10 assists. That was the Suns' 14th straight win, and it was a close game for the majority of the game. And, of course, that 14-game winning streak has now become a 17-game winning streak. Cavs against the Magic. The Cavs finally end that 5-game losing streak with a 105-92 victory. Darius had 26 points, 11 assists. Jarrett had 19 points, 11 rebounds. Lauri, 20 points. Wendell Carter Jr., 19 points, 11 rebounds. Cavs were leading for almost the entire game, which, my friends, that is impressive. And then the Cavs against the Mavericks was another Cleveland Cavalier win. 114-96. Jarrett had 28 points, 2 of them coming right there from, no, that's Isaac Okoro, excuse me. 28 points, 14 rebounds. Lauri had 24 points, 8 rebounds. Darius, 18 points, 9 assists. Luka Doncic had a triple-double, number 77 for those Dallas Mavericks. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Maxi Kleber, 13 points. Dorian Finney-Smith, 14 points. Mavs were leading for most of the first quarter, but then the Cavs chipped away slowly but surely. As you can tell, a double-digit lead heading into halftime, as there's a throwdown by what looks to be Evan Mobley. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Evan Mobley's back from his injury. It's about darn time too. Great to see Evan Mobley back from that injury, and you know for a fact that these Cavs are for real. For real. We are 11-10, and tonight's game, we go up against the Miami Heat. That is a good game, my friends. The Heat are up top the Eastern Conference, and the Cavs right now are 11-10, I believe. Let's check. I think it's 11-10. Yes, it is 11-10, while the Heat are 13-8. Then it'd be Washington, Utah, Milwaukee, and then a big one against Chicago next week. I don't know if you've heard, but those Chicago Bulls have been good. But you know what? Those Cleveland Cavaliers have also been pretty good. Now time for everyone's favorite part of the show, Tommy's Picks. High school football state semifinals, Division I. There it is on your screen. On the left of your screen, St. Ed's beat Upper Arlington 16-10. Springfield beat Archbishop Moore 22-21. Archbishop Hoban took down Avon 31-24. Winton Woods beat Greene 20-7. And Chardon beat West Holmes 41-7. Baden shut out Granville 14-0. Clinton Massier took down Boone Carroll 24-21. Ursuline beat Port Clinton 34-17. Kirtland continuing their winning streak, winning 28-6. And Versailles beat Harvest Prep 28-22. In Division 6, Cary beat New Milton, Springfield 26-13. Coldwater beat West Jefferson 35-13. Division 7, you had MSML beat Hopewell Loudon 34-7. And Newark Catholic taking down Warren JFK Catholic 14-7. College football time, some big rivalries. Central Michigan against Eastern Michigan. That was a Central Michigan winner, 31-10. Bowling Green beat Ohio, 21-10, which means that the Zips are better than the Bobcats because Akron beat Bowling Green, which beat Ohio. Cincinnati trying to continue to get some respect because, as we all know, like Rodney Dangerfield, Cincinnati gets no respect. 35-13 win. NC State took down North Carolina 34-30. Washington State won the Apple Cup 40-13. Georgia shut out Georgia Tech 45-0 in what was my lock of the week. And how about Michigan? Michigan didn't lose to Ohio State, leaving this entire state in a state of depression. 42-27. And Florida beat Florida State 24-21. That's right, because Florida State forgot how to do onside kicks for some reason. I don't know why, but they did. And then you saw the Iron Bowl. I was watching it with my friends, and Auburn blew a 10-point lead. They've blown another lead. Auburn's been terrible this year. 6-6, where they could easily be 8-4 had they not blown a 28-3 lead, and had they not blown a 10-0 lead in the fourth quarter, had they not allowed a 98-yard drive. Alabama 24, Auburn 22, in another classic chapter of the Iron Bowl in 4 overtimes. First time that ever happened. And then Oregon beat Oregon State 38-29. Michigan State took down Penn State 30-27. Virginia Tech goes on the road to beat Virginia 29-24. Arizona State continuing to make Arizona people sad 38-15. Oklahoma State beats Oklahoma. They leapfrog Notre Dame, which we'll get to in a moment, 37-33. Notre Dame wins 45-14. And then Brian Kelly betrays us. He goes to LSU. Are you kidding me? He betrays us. That is ridiculous in my opinion. That's right, Patchy. Brian Kelly betrayed us.
What a rip. SpongeBob betrayed us.
Except if it was Brian Kelly. Anyways, UCLA beat Cal 42-14 as Patchy is getting rid of all of his SpongeBob stuff, just like how every Notre Dame fan is getting rid of all its Brian Kelly stuff and gonna run away. That's what they're gonna do, run away. Oh boy, NFL time. And with some Thanksgiving Day games, Matt Nagy keeps his job for at least this week, 16-14. As the Bears escape against the loser Lions, or 0-10-1. Good God, the Lions suck. When I say the Lions suck, they really suck. And the Raiders beat the Cowboys 36-33 in overtime, and the Bills beat the tar out of the Saints 31-6. Buccaneers beat the Colts 38-31. Leonard Fournette did really well for my fantasy team, having 4 touchdowns. That was really impressive. And the Jets actually won 24-14 against the god-awful Texas Toast. Even though Zach Wilson threw a terrible interception, which he literally flips it to his running back, deflects off his back, and went right into a Houston defender. And then Free Willy winner again. Free Willy's on a winning streak, folks. Look out for them. They've won like 3 or 4 in a row, 33-10 against Cam Newton, who, contrary to what he said, is not back. That's right, Cam Newton is not back. Or if he is back, he's back on the bench, as I saw. Patriots easily take down the injured Titans 36-13. And the Bengals beat the tar out of the Steelers 41-10. I was talking with John earlier today. He said that I should have the Steelers changed to Big Ben is fat and old. And yes, I should have done that, come to think about. Falcons beat Sucksonville 21-14. Broncos beat the Chargers 28-13. Justin Herbert did not look that good, but did pretty well for my fantasy team. Threw a pick 6. Packers beat the Rams 36-28. 49ers beat the Vikings 34-26 in a game in which Debo got hurt. And now that hurts my fantasy team, because now what am I supposed to do? You know what I have to add? I have to add Khalif Raymond. Who again? Yeah, Khalif Raymond. I think he was on my little brother's fantasy team. And then the Ravens beat the Browns in what had to have been one of the sorriest excuses for a Sunday night football game I have ever seen. 16-10. That was definitely very sad in my opinion. The Browns couldn't get anything cooking. The defense was there. 4 picks out of Lamar Jackson. 4 picks. But what touchdown for Lamar, in which he pulled off a crazy play in which he ran all the way back, gunned it to Mark Andrews, who made the catch for the touchdown. Turns out that is the difference maker, because it could have been 10-9 instead of 16-10. Oh, what an embarrassing game for the Browns. Even if we won that, that would have been ugly. And speaking of teams that are embarrassing, Seattle is not good, even with Russell Wilson. Everyone thought they were going to be good with Russell Wilson. Turns out, in the words of Maury, that was a lie. Football team beat the Seahawks 17-15. And last week recap, let's look at that. High school, I won 8-6. College football, 11-5, 12 points. NFL, 7-8 with the 7 points. Again, another lock of the week wrong because the Eagles didn't win against the giant losers. They lost 13-7. It was another embarrassing game. We've had a lot of embarrassing games in the NFL this season, my friends. I'm 179-1 with 108 points. All the parity going on in the NFL is beyond crazy. Now time for Tommy's picks. Now, as you can tell, they are clearly not in order from divisions 1 to 7. They're on the left of your screen. They are in order based on when the game is going to be played. The first game is going to be a Thursday night game at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Archbishop Hoban against Winton Woods. I'm picking Archbishop Hoban to repeat as champions. Clinton Massey against Ursula. I'm picking Clinton Massey to win that. Wait, is that right? I think I had it in a different one. Excuse me. Clinton Massier. That was a typo. That's going to be on Friday morning. Friday afternoon is going to be Chardon against Baden. Picking Chardon to win that. And then Friday night, St. Ed's playing Springfield, picking St. Ed's to win that. Then Saturday morning, Marion Local versus Newark Catholic to win that. Then the Division 6 final, Saturday afternoon, Cary against Coldwater. I'm picking Cary. And then Saturday night, Kirtland playing Versailles. Kirtland going to continue their dominant win streak. I'm picking a Kirtland win. So those are the state finals championships. It's hard to believe. It felt like it was just last week that I was doing Tommy's picks for the first time and getting all hyped up for the high school football season. It's really a shame that the season's going to be over. It's been really fun. But you know what? High school basketball, both boys and girls basketball, a lot of fun. Highland playing Cuyahoga Falls. We have several freshmen on the team, but just because they're freshmen doesn't mean they're bad. They're actually good, and we are undefeated. And I told my little brother when he becomes a sophomore, that'll be when those freshmen are seniors. But when he becomes a sophomore, look out for that girls basketball team. 2024-25 girls basketball team for Highland. They're going to be something. College football conference championships. First things first, the Conference USA, UTSA versus Western Kentucky. I'm picking the University of Texas San Antonio to win that. Pac-12, Utah against Oregon, picking Utah because Utah beat Oregon earlier this year in a blowout. Big 12, Oklahoma State, they're number 5, actually, against Baylor. Keep in mind, these were the last week's college football playoff rankings. I was not able to update them due to a busy schedule last night. I'm picking Oklahoma State to win that. Northern Illinois playing Kent State. I'm thinking Kent wins. And then San Diego State in the Mountain West against Utah State, picking San Diego State. In the Sun Belt, it's Louisiana versus Appalachian State, picking Appalachian State. And then the SEC, number 1 Georgia against number 3 Alabama, which stayed the same actually. I upset the week. I'm thinking it's going to be Alabama because Georgia, as good as Georgia is, I don't think they have what it takes to win against the who do you call them? The Alabama Crimson Tide. I know they escaped against Auburn at Jordan-Hare, but still, I really think Alabama's going to win that. Cincinnati against Houston, lock of the week. Cincinnati's going to win it, and Cincinnati better make the playoffs if they win. If they don't make the playoffs, that would be such a shame to the College Football Playoff Committee, or that they exist, basically. Big Ten, number 2, Michigan now against Iowa. I'm picking Michigan to win that. Michigan ought to clinch the playoffs with a win. And then ACC pit against Wake Forest, picking Wake Forest to win that. And once again, Notre Dame's on the outside looking in as we once again lose Brian Kelly. And who is our next coach? Marcus Freeman? It's looking like Marcus Freeman. Of course, I heard rumors about Luke Fickell coming here, but if I was Luke Fickell, I'd stay in Cincinnati and try to build an empire there. Try to build a team that can do something. The NFL. Saints against Cowboys Thursday night. Gosh, someone has to win that. Both teams are skidding, and the Saints are really going on a losing skid. Cowboys are going to win it. Fire Matt Nagy against the Cardinals. I know Cardinals are banged up, but you're playing the Bears for God's sake. They almost lost to the loser Lions. Yet again, we almost lost to the loser Lions as well. I'm picking the Cardinals. Bengals against the Chargers. Chargers don't perform well in good games. I'm picking the Bengals. Free Willy against the Giant Losers. It's going to be another Free Willy winner. Oh my goodness, I had a typo right there. It says W-I-L-L-Y. Excuse me. Texans toast. They're facing off against the Colts. Colts ought to win that with Jonathan Taylor and co. The loser Lions against the Vikings. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen and KJ Osborne and Kirk Cousins and all that great passing attack by the Vikings that's going unheard of is going to lead them to a win. You know, the Vikings are knocking on the door of the playoffs, I tell you. It's very surprising. And then you have the Jets suck against the lousy Eagles. However, I think that I, for one, am picking an upset here, the Jets to win. Falcons against the Buccaneers. I'm picking the Buccaneers. Rams against Sucksonville. That's my lock of the week, Rams. You watch, that doesn't happen. And then Raiders against the football team. I'm picking the Washington football team to win that. Steelers against the Ravens. Picking the Ravens. Seahawks 49ers. That's not going to be a close game. It's going to be a 49ers blowout. Chiefs against the Broncos on Sunday night. I'm picking the Chiefs. And then the Bills against Patriots. Bills Mafia is going to be on their feet, crashing into tables and all that great stuff. I'm picking the Bills to win a big game. So as you could tell right here, Baltimore, New England, Tennessee, and Kansas City lead their respective divisions. Cincinnati, Buffalo, and the Chargers. How about the Chargers? They'd be a wild card. Cardinals, Packers, Buccaneers, and Cowboys lead their respective divisions. The wild cards would be the Rams, the 49ers, and get this, the Washington football team. They're 5-6, but they are the third seed right here. Look at that. That is hard to believe. The football team. And the Falcons are in it. The Saints are in it. The Eagles are in it. The Vikings are in it. The Panthers are in it. Heck, you could make a case for every team sans the loser Lions. And in the, AFC, everyone has a fair shot except for the Jets, Texans, and Jaguars. Those four teams. The Jets suck. Loser Lions, Texans toast, and Sucksonville have no prayer, and they'll be fighting for that first pick, which is definitely going to go to Detroit, which they will louse up like they always do. And if they have a good pick like they did with Matthew Stafford, they will still be the football purgatory that they are. Until then, I am Tommy Maroon here for the Tommy Maroon Sports Show, signing off. So long.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.